Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm basically just going to be talking about some cubes I got for Christmas, and yeah. So getting started, we have the MGC 4x4. So out of the box, this cube was pretty underwhelming. The cube overall, like the performance wise, it was just pretty bad. Like it was very catchy, bumpy, and scratchy. Also, it was absurdly loose. You'll see this later with the MGC 7x7. It was just crazy loose, and that was pretty alarming. So the first thing I did with this was just tighten it, obviously, and then I added Toss to the inner layers, and I added Speedy to the outer layers because the outer layers were like really fast, and I could not control it. Um, what that did was it gave it a really smooth and kind of gummy feeling overall, while maintaining the kind of natural speed that the cube has. Like even without lube, it's just a very fast cube, which is great. I mean, I can't put my finger on what I don't like about it, but overall, I'm more satisfied with the Moyu cubes in terms of performance, and that's not for any specific reason. That's kind of how it is. So, yeah. But moving on, we have the GAN Pyra here. So, for Christmas, I also got the GAN Pyra. Before the GAN, I was actually using Mr. M and kind of the Bell V2, kind of switching off between the two. After getting the GAN Pyra, I'm pretty solidly using it as my main. It's just the performance is really good. It has great corner cutting, very easy customization options, and the speed of it is great. The tips, on the other hand, are a bit disappointing as they're really strong, and this is shown in like Samir's video that he made a couple weeks ago, and that's kind of the only downside to it. But what if you did the Steven Winchingham setup? I'll leave a link to that in the description. It becomes really good, and I definitely recommend that if you're thinking of getting a GAN Pyra or if you have one and you can't find a great setup. But overall, I would say it's a good cube. The only thing it lacks, and this is just maybe a personal thing for me, but it doesn't have that signature GAN feeling. It almost feels like a Chi cube or maybe a Moyu cube. So I would have liked to possibly see again integrating their feeling of the X or other flagship 3x3s. Would have been kind of cool. But yeah, moving on to the last cube here is the MGC 7x7. So this is a game changer for me in terms of 7x7. So it's completely my main. I really enjoy solving on it. There are some trade-offs with this and the Spark. So the turning on this is amazing. It's fast. It's tactile. It's really good, and it requires barely any setup out of the box. Only thing I really did was add a bit of silk and tighten the tensions because it was ridiculously loose when I first opened it. But compared to the Spark is just slow, really hard to turn, and I don't know. It's just not a very pleasant solve. Although the MGC7 is a lot heavier and the size is a bit bigger, which could be a turn off for a lot of people. But if you just get used to it by doing like 25 solves or so, depending on how much you do 7x7, it's really good. And also, the MGC7, even for like a really good solver, I'm not a very good solver, but for someone around my speed or even faster, it's a great option. And for people even slower, it's a great option too.